Hello, I am Timeless and this is Nuclear Dawn, and this video will hopefully be number 1 in my guides to help new players on learning the game. This is the Consortium base. This is the Consortium's bunker. This is a very important building. This is where This is where the Consortium's commander will sit, leading the battlefield. This is an important building as well. This is the assembler. Without this, the commander can't build anything other than another assembler or walls if he's got those unlocked. This is a spawn gate or transportation gate. Your troops will spawn here, or you will spawn here if you're a trooper. You can also use the spawn gate to teleport away to other spawn gates in the battlefield, like this one here, which is in a perfect place to get prime if your team does not have it. This here is a power plant. Power is very important. Without power, your spawns don't work anymore, and your turrets don't work, and you can't use the armory. Generally, it's a bad thing when structures don't have power. As I said, this is the armory. You use this to unlock advanced weapons for your troops, and your troops then use the advanced weapons to shoot the enemy's buildings. Shooting the enemy's buildings can be more important sometimes than killing the people. It can be way more important to kill a building than to kill any number of troops. Because if you're just killing the troops, they're just going to respawn. If you're killing the buildings, you can be taking out relays, you can be taking out power, you can be killing the transport gates, and that really damages the enemy. So that's not to be overlooked. Let's see what else. This is a turret. Each side starts with a single turret in the base. This is just a machine gun turret. It's pretty useful sometimes, but most of the time not something you can rely on. This is a relay. You use the relays to extend your area that you can build. Also use it to transport power. Each relay here is making sure these structures are powered when there's no power station next to them. So as you can see, this relay extends the base's reach to this one. This is the furthest point from one relay, and this is the next furthest, and it creates a chain of power across the battlefield, which is very important to keep alive. And over here I've put down some turrets. I have the machine gun turret, again, that I've already talked about. I have the rocket turret. The rocket turret has more damage potential than the machine gun turret, and I like the rocket turrets, they're very cool. Although I've just recently learned that they actually have the same hit points as the machine gun turret, which is kind of interesting. It always feels like they die way too fast. They are significantly more expensive than the machine gun turret. Actually, is it significantly more? I think before the end of the video I will compare how much these things cost. This is a sonic turret. It's very useful for denying areas. You can put it outside of a door, and it can be hard to remove without the enemy, having to step in front of it and getting hit. But it's got very short range. It's got takes more hits than the other turrets. So I like the sonic turrets. And these are walls. This is obviously a smaller wall than that wall, and it also doesn't have as much health. Whereas this thing is just, well, what can be said about that? It's a wall. Sometimes walls can be very useful, and other times they can hurt your team as much as they're supposed to be useful. You can get the enemy troops hiding behind them and using them as cover. And because your troops can't actually damage it or do anything to the wall, the enemy are pretty safe. Especially if it's a barbecue, because the barbecue can stand behind the wall and it can be flaming through the wall. Yes, flame in this game goes through walls, so barbecues are really nice. What you want to be doing with these relays is something like this, creating areas for power and a spawn. And this is a supply station. It supplies your troops with health and ammo. But yeah, this is a nice little area here. It's a good pocket of resistance, or a good area to attack Prime from. Prime is over there. In fact, this is the primary resource point right here. But yeah, this is a nice little area. It can be hard for the Empire troops to move it. I might have the power in the wrong place. The power might be better here rather than here, because as you can see is a pretty big area that could be attacked. But whereas if it was here, it's a bit more tighter, closer to the walls. So something you'll learn is a better placement of structures. Honestly, I'm not the best at doing that, so I will just attempt to. Well, I'll just keep learning. That's all I can do. That's all anyone can do. And as you can see, I've extended the relays up even further. This is going closer to the enemy base. Now this is a nice little area. I've got it pretty well defended. So anyone trying to come out will get hit by this machine gun turret. Admittedly, it is pretty easy to avoid the machine gun turret and just hit the power station if you were a siege exo on the Empire side. And I've got another, this is a nice area for spawn and some more supplies. This time I've got a radar set up, and a radar can be used to reveal the look. Well, used to. What's the right way to say this? It can be used to reveal the enemy structures for the base, which I will show before the end. I'll jump on the commander's seat and I'll actually show the range of the radar and just what it can do. This is an artillery piece. Obviously it shoots into the air and the shot will come down. It's got a nice range, and it'll shoot over buildings and any obstacles in the way. Something else to say? Well, I'll jump into the commander's seat on Consortium. The Empire base is full of lots of crap right now, because this bot right here that you can see, he's been trying to win the game when I've not been wanting him to win the game. So he got the enemy bunker down to half, which was, for this video, kind of a problem. I didn't want him destroying the enemy bunker. So as you can see, this is the Consortium bunker, and this is the assembler. I've got these mapped to 1 and 2. You do that by clicking on the bunker and you press Control 1, and that makes that there. Easy, and it binds it to 1 on the keyboard. And then I've done the same to the assembler. I've binded it to 2. You can also do that with artillery, but I will show that again in a minute. And then I've got power here. Power takes up 3,000 resource points. And you don't need to know about an assembler, but an assembler, very important. Do not let that fall. Transport gates, they take up 1,500. Supply stations, they can be destroyed in a few hits. 3 hits, I think, from the Empire's weapon can destroy the supply station, which can be a problem because it costs a fair bit. It costs 2,000 resource points, so it can be very useful to hit that. And then there's the turrets. Where's the machine gun turret? There we go. The machine gun turret costs 2,500 resource points, and if you compare that with the rocket turret, which takes up 4,000, so the rocket turret's nearly twice as expensive. The sonic turret is kind of in the middle ground. It takes up 3,000. Radar station, it takes up 3,000. And the armory, which is very important, it takes up 2,000. You click on the armory and you research. You do research on the armory. Just click on the whatever research you want. You can even boost the health of your troops, and you can boost the health of your buildings.
Low power.
And if we go over here, you can see the walls. The smaller wall, it only has 3,000 hit points, whereas the bigger wall has 5,000. The rocket turret has 2,100 hit points, and the machine gun turret would have the same, but it's slightly damaged. It's got max health, it's 2,100 as well. And the sonic turret is a beast. The sonic turret, good job me boosting the health of the buildings when I'm trying to. Yeah, that wasn't good. So the sonic turret had 4,500 health. Okay, the sonic turret around that much. And as you can see, since I've gotten that upgrade on the armory, everything's got a little bit more health. So that's really nice. You might be asking, why is something saying low power? Well, I think that is because some annoying Empire trooper has taken a relay out supplying power to these buildings right here. Now, one thing I could do is I could sell it, or, seeing as how it's so close to the chain of power, if I put this relay down here, it'll build and it should supply power to these buildings. One thing to note is when you're seeing this on the buildings, when they're unpacking like that, do not attack them. Now that it's unpacked, feel free to attack it. But as you can see, these are now operational. I'll show you what I mean by unpacking. I'll build assembly. Going out bunker. So just to finish this video off, I'll show you this. I obviously can't do any damage to my own buildings. Right now, this is wasting ammo. Do not shoot the building when this is happening. It is immune to damage and you cannot do anything to it. So you can be wasting ammo. When that comes off, then you can shoot it. Now it's vulnerable, and this is probably the best time to shoot some buildings. You can destroy buildings before they're unpacked, before this happens, before it finishes building. And some buildings can be really annoying to keep going because let's show you. Consortium is the rocket launcher. Now, when the Empire is building relays out, if you time it right, you can kill the relay with one rocket. So essentially, you could kill 9 relays. Normally, I'm not very good with my timing, so I can only kill a relay with 2 rockets. But I find that very useful. And it saves ammo, and it means that you can potentially do a lot of damage with just a low number of rockets. I think that should be enough information. I will hop over to Empire's side. It shouldn't be too much to explain some of the things on the Empire. Oh, I didn't show the range of the radar station. If you can see this line going around, that's the range. So I should radar. Can I see the range before I build it? No. But you can see the range of the turrets before you build those. And you can see the range of the, oh yeah, the I apologize for forgetting these things. I'm new to making videos still, so please bear with me. I didn't touch on the artillery. You can clearly see the artillery's range. You can see the circle going around. Now, I've hotkeyed the artillery to 4. You do that by holding control. You click on 1 artillery, 2 artillery, 3 artillery. I'll bind it to 3 now. So it's now bound to 2 keys. Unless I do... No, now the bunker's assigned to... Okay, that doesn't matter. But you can clearly see these are now bound up. Now what that means is all 3 of these guns will fire at the same target. So you can imagine how powerful that can be late game if you have 4, 5, 6 of these things all linked together. You can knock out enemy structures. Let's see if I can click on the wrong thing. How much damage 3 of these do to... See, they nearly killed this machine gun turret. Admittedly, the turret was 500 health lower, so that was probably half health that these do. But obviously, if they're not repairing this in, 2 salvos from these 3 guns, you just kill the stretcher. And that's pretty nice. I don't rely on them too much. I like using the building into the enemy base like this, just dropping sonic turrets inside the enemy base. When this relay is built, I will show you that. And all those circles right there, those are sonic turrets that are going to come up and destroy the bunker or anything in range. You can drop rocket turrets and things in the areas, but they don't normally last long enough to really get to do any damage. Because I don't actually want to kill the base right now. If you sell the relay, obviously they have no power.
Structure
Yep.
sold.
So hopefully that's kind of helpful information. I probably put way too much in this just a single video, but I wanted to get a good amount out. So I think I keep saying this. Hopefully this is helpful. That is why I want to make these videos ultimately. Any feedback, anything I miss, and I will redo these. Oh, someone's invited me to play. Well, maybe in a minute. One thing I want to do is I want to show the comparison between the Empire relays and the Consortium relays, because the Empire relays have a longer range. That's why I've got these ones built out like this. But that'll be for the next video. The next video will be much shorter than this. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. Anything I miss, which I'm sure I'll think later, oh, I should have said this, should have said that. But I'm not going to rant. I'm going to end it here, because I'm going to keep on going, because I'm a huge mumbler. So, thank you for watching. It'll be the final time.